This is experiment number 2 with wireless energy transfer. In this experiment, we will be experimenting with different coil designs. So very similar to the first experiment, over in the left side, we have the transmitter station. And on the right side, separated by approximately 1 foot right now, on the right side is the receiver. The function generator here is outputting 44.6 kilohertz frequency, the resonant frequency, and the amplitude of 5 volts peak to peak to the transmitter. The oscilloscope right now, it is picking up 6.2 volts on the transmitter at a distance of 1 foot away. Now again, as we move the receiver closer, obviously our voltage is going to rise. Okay, as right now you're seeing that the receiving voltage is actually almost doubling the transmitting voltage. The receiver station is now back at 1 foot away. What we're going to do now is we're going to put in our load, which is a new LED that we got from Radio Shack, 10 millimeters ultra bright LED. Just go ahead, we put it right across this in parallel with our inductor and capacitor. As you can see, it is lighting up a little bit, but it's not as bright as we would like to be. So as we decrease the distance between the receiver and the transmitter, you're going to notice that it's going to light up pretty brightly. Right now it's approximately 3 inches away, which is the distance that we played with in our first experiment. Now as you can see, the LED is shining pretty good. In this setup, I've replaced the plastic bucket with a glass beaker. Now the glass bucket it has a parameters of 24 turns, 9 inches in diameter, and 300 microhenries, which is basically the same setup as this one. Now this glass beaker has 50 turns, about 2.25 inch diameter, and it has 141 microhenries. Alright, now we are approximately about 3 inches away, the distance between the coils. Now as you notice, now right now it's laid down and the EMF is not as high right now. As I raise it up, now you notice right now is at this optimum, and the LED is showing pretty well. Now as I bring it closer and closer to the transmitter, it's gonna shine pretty well. And right now the receiving voltage is about 6.8 volts. In this demonstration, I am going to be using the spool as our transmitter. The spool has roughly 77 turns and 126 microhenries with 1 inch diameter. The glass beaker on the right and the plastic bucket on the left, they will be our receivers. Currently we're at the resonant frequency of 44.6 kilohertz and 5 volts peak to peak. Now the LEDs are somewhat lighting, but we would like to increase this voltage for the application. Let's say we're going to increase it to 10 volt peak to peak. We can see that both LEDs are lighting up pretty well. The bucket is about 3 inches away from the transmitter, and same distance goes for the glass beaker. The results of this experiment is much more effective than our previous experiment with the 100 millihenry coils that we found in the lab. Now all of these coils that we designed are very simple circular coil designs that is made out of 22 gauge copper wires. In our future experiment, we may plan on using higher gauge wires and different designs such as figure 8 designs.